I would just like to talk about, how we are all prejudiced and how it can affect our thinking, and sometimes we can make mistakes. And I'm going to give an example, which is a personal example. It's about the choice I've made in my careers. For those who know me, who have read my website, they know that I have a Master of Science in Animal Production. So I went to the Agricultural University and I studied animal husbandry. Why did I choose animal husbandry? What made me go there? I can tell you, I was born in Paris, I'm the son of a butcher, but I was not particularly attracted by animal husbandry. When I entered the Agricultural University, I could see that they had a specialization in animal husbandry and animal production, and my first reaction that, well, that's probably one I'm not going to do. And what happened? At the beginning of my study, then basically I was sent during the first year in a training on a farm. There were 3 periods, so one in the fall, one in the spring, one in the summer. And I was sent to a farm in Normandy, and they had crops, beets, corn, wheat, and they also had dairy cows. I have to say I was not too excited about the dairy cows because, well, I have to admit, I think I was afraid of cows personally. But the thing is, so when I arrived on the farm, well, the farmer said, oh yeah, our cooperative has organized a nice little trip. We're going to visit the mines of potash in the Alsace. So yeah, you're going to be here for a week, take care of the farm, and yeah, my son-in-law is in the farm next door. If you need him, you can ask him for help. And so the farmer was gone, I was there with 80 cows, and it was the high time of calving season. So every day there were new calves, and every day I could see a neighbor coming and say, well, here's a calf that must be from that farm, but I don't know from which cow. And so I had to really figure out really quickly how to identify calves and figure out from which cows and all, because I had to register all the cows. So very quickly I was involved, not willingly, but dealing with a herd of dairy cows. And what happened? Even if when I went there my idea was that animal husbandry doesn't interest me, I fell in love with the animal husbandry part of the farm, actually more than the crop part. And so then I knew after my first period on the farm that I wanted to be in animal production. So a 180-degree turn compared with my prejudice before going there. So yeah, what you don't know, of course, it's difficult to like, because yeah, you just don't know. And once you're confronted with the reality, then you discover very often a different world, and then yeah, you may look at it totally differently. It happened to me later when I started to work. I remember I was applying, and it was by then owned by BP Nutrition, so a major multinational, and so they were presenting me all the different divisions and all the different jobs, and one of the things I was really not interested was, chicken processing, no way. Working in sales, nah, it's not for me. Guess what? I ended up working in sales from a chicken processing plant, and you know what? I loved it, and I would say at the time I was in that corporate world, that might have been probably the best 8 years of my life. So once again, I have some prejudices, but let's say the circumstances made that I give it a try, and I discovered something I didn't know. So I would say for all the people who are critical of food and agriculture, and I understand their reasons, but I say, before you have final ideas, maybe you should just, I don't know, go spend some time, visit farms, talk with farmers, talk with a whole bunch of people involved in food and agriculture, because you might discover something that you don't know, and it might be very different than what you think. So yeah, always let's have an open mind, and those personal experiences have also shaped my own mind, because I always, have my first impression, but I always challenge myself. I always want to see, okay, I need to see for myself. I'm not just going to go on my prejudices. And yeah, I think it would be good if a lot more people were doing the same.
If you're interested in my videos, please click on the subscribe button, or you can also visit my website.